I have given some thought about this teaching that we talked about yesterday on the broadcast, Matthew chapter 5, verse 30, where Jesus is saying, says, if your right hand offend thee, cut it off. He says, better that your right hand perish than your whole soul would perish. And he actually uses the expression, and be cast into hell. So, as I said yesterday, he's talking about this issue of sin and dealing with sin. But then I gave some thought to the teaching right before that, where he talked about the eye. And he says, if the eye, your right eye, and it's very specific, your right eye or your right hand, he says, if they offend you, so if your right eye offends you, he said, pluck it out, cast it away. Same teaching, so that you would not perish overall, even though you would lose a very integral part of your body. So I thought about, okay, let's look at this. And I thought, well, the hand, the things that you would do with the hand would be very physical. It'd be touch, it'd be contact some way or another. Maybe it's stealing with your hand, or maybe it's abusing somebody with your hand, or a sin that you would commit using your hand. But then the eye, what is it about the eye? Well, the eye would be something that you would see. And of course, when you see something, then that takes you down a whole different road. One of the things about sin is simply this. You could see something that you're not intending to see. You're just going about your life and minding your business, and all of a sudden there's something in front of you that is offensive. And you should not see that. But you didn't intend to, it's just there. Now here comes the issue that we have to deal with. How long will we gaze upon that thing that we should not be seeing in the first place? You see, there's where the temptation, the whole realm of temptation and sin, as James talks about, it says, when lust is conceived, it bringeth forth sin. All of that is there, and in a very short period of time, we find ourselves having to process this whole thing. And of course, a person who has a heart to do right would say, oh, and look away, and then go on. But that heart that would lead us to transgress and to sin and to linger with our eye is what brings forth the sin. And so this is what Jesus is saying. He says, if you have a wandering eye and it likes to see things that it shouldn't see, he says, pluck it out. In other words, what is that thing that continues to be a problem in your life? Something that you know you're vulnerable in this area. This is a weakness. And you'll find yourself falling prey to it if you know that if you allow yourself to go there. And that's a part of plucking it out, is to know, I know I don't cross that line, because I'm very, very susceptible to failure. It's Pastor Jack King with the gospel on the radio broadcast.